What's up friends, Chook here, and welcome to Secret of Mana. So this is a HD remake, 2018 remake of a 1993 game on the SNES called Secret of Mana. This is my favorite childhood game, my favorite game from my childhood, possibly my favorite game of all time. It did a lot of things to progress the kind of RPG traits and stuff that you see in modern RPGs. And it was a trailblazer at the time, along with Final Fantasies and stuff like that, and it's amazing. And it got a HD remake this year, and a good friend of mine, Raz, did buy it for me for my birthday in March, which was awesome, and I've been waiting to play it and waiting to do it on the channel, and that time is now. So let's get stuck in, but before we do, quickly, I'm going to go over some options for the people that know Secret of Mana and the SNES version and the fans and stuff, because there's two things I want to note. Well, actually, there's three things I want to note. Apparently, this game is super loud, and the music, sound effects, and voiceovers were all at 100, and I've turned them down to 20, 25, and 25, so you guys have to let me know if the audio is right, because it was super loud, and I've played the first 30 seconds to just kind of gauge it and see. So let me know about the audio. Second thing to note is there's now a mini-map. You can turn it on or off. As there was no mini-map in the original game, although I've chosen to keep it on for the playthrough because it might help you guys understand that you've never played this game before. But if you don't want it or whatever, we can turn it off. It was never there in the start. But the one to note is item limit of 4 is what it was in the original game. You can put it up to 12, which means, again, if you know the original game, you can hold 12 candies, medicine herbs, fairy walnuts, all that sort of stuff, which would make the game super easy, I would think. So we're going to stick with 4, but I thought I would just mention that quickly. Let's get started. New game. Now, we are naming the main hero William, after a subscriber and friend and officer on my Discord, because he was a big fan of this game as a kid, and we've talked about it, and I thought, why not call him William, right? Now, there is voice acting in this game. There wasn't in the original game. The voice acting is horrible, but we might be able to make fun of it. If it's super, super, super bad, then we can make it into Japanese, and then that way we don't need to worry about it, because majority of us, I'm assuming, don't speak Japanese. But to start with, let's do it. Let's change this to William. And I'm going to be playing with a controller because it's a SNES game. It makes sense. Okay, William is done. Here we go. Story time.
Long ago, the world prospered and humanity thrived thanks to a power known as mana. However, humans soon sought to use mana to create the ultimate weapon, a floating battleship called the Mana Fortress. This greedy arrogance angered the gods, who in turn unleashed vicious beasts into the world. A violent war between the mana beasts and the fortress engulfed the world in poison and fire until mana had all but disappeared. In humanity's bleakest hour, a hero wielding the mana sword appeared and destroyed the fortress. The world was left in shambles, and yet humanity persevered, and there was peace throughout the land.
So there is,
as time passes,
the history.
So history repeats.
Now, the other cool thing is, with the remake visually and everything, they did all the music remade as well, which is cool. And whenever there's a song of note, I'll like swap between the old music and the new music,
guys,
so we can see the difference.
Wait up.
Yeah, I wasn't wrong about the voice acting being bad, right?
Shh. Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
Totally.
You really believe that old fib? The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away. But I did hear Grandma say she saw something shiny by the falls when she was little.
Maybe it's treasure.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go find it.
Maybe it's treasure.
Help! I'm gonna fall!
Okay, so to start with, William's not the brightest, right? I mean, he's on a giant log. He's fallen off. He also wears a scarf wrapped around his head. But he has killer hair. I mean, look at that hairdo, right? Not only is it killer hair, but apparently you can fall into, like, a river, and it still keeps its shape. So it's like magic hair.
There's no way back up. Now what am I gonna do?
Now what am I gonna do? Okay, here we go. So, let's start by... Oh no, I don't have access to the menu yet, funnily enough. Now, I've played this game to death, absolute death on the SNES, and I play it every single year, because it's my favorite game. Or childhood game, whatever.
Huh?
So I know exactly where to go and what to do and stuff. But I will explore places...
This way, but I'll never get through here without a weapon.
Well, luckily there's a sword right there, Dinkus. I will explore and show some stuff. I'm actually interested to see more than a few things. What's changed and if you can get away with certain things. And some bugs and stuff from the original.
Take a sword.
You can do it.
Who are you? And what's a sword doing here? Too bright. What's with this light?
It's like a Mogwai. Bright light, bright light.
Listen. I entrust the sword to you.
He's taken all of his energy just to
What
speak.
do you mean? What's up with this sword? The light's
Wrong game.
fading already. Oh, I have to get back to the village.
Bah! Panic! Bah! Okay, so now we have access to the menu. We can go and we can sound source, remake, or the original. So this is the remake, obviously. This is what the original was. I listen to this soundtrack all the time. The sound in this game from the SNES was fucking killer, man. It was the best. But we'll keep it on remake because I haven't heard the remake versions. It definitely sounds fresher, but the original is where it was at. Okay, so just like Zelda games and stuff like that, and a lot of other games, you can now cut through grass. Alright, so we got the sword. We can smash through here. And I don't know why you needed a sword. I mean, you can just climb over weeds, but no, we need a sword.
Whoa! What's a rabbi doing in a place like this?
And our first enemy is a rabbit, which is just like a rabbit, really. So, the combat is a bit different. A bit different to combat in most games, most action RPG type games, where you just go and do combos and keep hitting and stuff. You'll see down the bottom, there's my HP bar, and then there's that bar below that. When I attack, it'll go from 0 to 100%. When you're at 100%, you do more damage. So effectively, you want to be at 100% every time you swing. So swing, 100%, swing, 100%, etc. So there's nothing this way, just double checking nothing's changed. If you hit for, when you're not 100%, you'll do like really shit damage if you hit them at all. So we'll try, on rabbits, you should be able to hit them because they've got no defense, but you'll see here, 5 damage, 3, 4, 3, 3, it's crap, right? But if you hit it 100%, 18. So the idea is that, at least on the SNES version, everything was tied into that kind of the timing of attacks. So when you hit, the time to take back to 100%, you could hit again. It was the same with enemy attacks. So they would attack you, and they would have like the same kind of timing until they got to 100% effectively, where they would attack you again. So you could kind of combo people in the fact that you would hit at 100%. You would normally knock them down like this, and by the time you got to 100%, they come back up, and you can hit them again. So in that way, you kind of combo them. Obviously, when there's one enemy, it's pretty simple because you don't really have anything else attacking you. But when there's multiple enemies, you can't attack multiple things for full damage at all the time. You have to use your 100% and run around and all that sort of stuff. It's a cool, like, take on it rather than just go in there and just, you know, smack things endlessly until they're dead. You got to like use a bit of strategy on who to attack at when and all that sort of stuff. Occasionally, when you kill something, it will drop a treasure chest. Treasure chests can have anything in them, from useful items to traps and all sorts of stuff. This will no doubt be a candy. Nope, it's 4 GP. So we got 4 gold, which is good. I mean, if you found like a manky ass treasure chest out in the forest and you found 4 gold pieces in it, you'd be pretty happy. There we go. Don't know if you'd be so happy if you found candy though. I mean, if you found 4 gold pieces, unless they were like 4 like just gold coins of your currency, in which case you'd find like $4, right? Or £4 or wherever you're from. You'd be like, it's a free $4. I'll take it, I guess. But if you found like 4 like ancient pirate doubloons or something, you'd be like, holy shit, that's amazing. Whereas if you were just in like a forest or a park or something and you found like a manky ass treasure chest and you opened it up and there was a candy bar in there, you'd be a bit curious. You'd be like, 1, why is there candy in here? And 2, why is there candy in here? Oh, see, 3 enemies, right? So I'm not going to be able to attack them one by one immediately after each other, so it's a bit of hit and run tactics. You can hit multiple enemies with one swing. But generally, as you're seeing here, you want to focus on one 100%, go in 100%. And this is at the moment when we have literally no other moves, it's just auto attack. But you see here, we hit both of them, get to 100, hit both of them again, they should both die, and that is that. So we did level up, and when we leveled up, we got 9 extra HP. So every time you level up, you fully heal, and you get more maximum health, which is always nice. Okay, let's go back to... Oh, it's a bit different. I love the originals, man. I don't think I'll ever like the new ones better. I mean, it makes sense for them to redo the audio as well if they're going to do a big overhaul and everything, but it's just not the same. Okay, so when you're in a town or a place where there's buildings, aka a town, there are multiple types of shops or places you can interact with. Anything with a pot like this is a shop where you can buy stuff. And these are called dancing men. Well, they're not actually called dancing men, but that's what I always called them because they're men that dance. And I'm glad that they kept them dancing, because there was a while there when they were doing the update where apparently they weren't dancing men and everyone cracked the shits and they turned them into dancing men. Unless that was just an internet joke, I don't know. Either way.
On an errand for the elder, don't dawdle.
Oh shit, even they talk to you. It's fantastic.
What will it be?
So you can buy here or you can sell. You can buy anything from candies, which give you HP. So they're like the potion, effectively. Medical herbs can cure you from status elements, so like poison or burning or... don't know what's going on with that music. That type of thing. A cup of wishes will revive a fallen, like a dead teammate. So this is a 3-player cooperative game, which is odd. But that's what it is. There's 3 heroes in the game. So if you have, once you get all 3 heroes, or 2 heroes, and one of them dies, you can use a couple wishes to revive them. And a bandana is, and overalls are armor. So at the moment we have 46 gold. We're not going to worry about any of this shit. We know what we're doing. So let's just ignore him. Oh, another change as well is... with the limitations of the SNES, with the 16-bit and all that sort of stuff. Or was it 16-bit? 32-bit? Whatever it was. Whatever bit it was. It was very like... I'm not the right person to talk about technical stuff, but it was very blocky and stuff, right? So you would have, when you moved, it wasn't fluent like this. You would move kind of in a... Anyway, you had a run option, but when you ran, you would run in a straight line until you hit something, and then you couldn't run anymore. This, you can just hold down the run button and run anywhere. That's an awesome change. I'll give him that. That's huge, because you never basically used the run button ever in the first game because it was useless. And it does deplete your energy, or your percentage there. You can see we're down to 40 almost, now down to 30. So I like that change. That's a good one. You can also talk to town people.
The Elder was looking for you. What did you do this time?
But generally, they're not particularly helpful most of the time.
Did you see that? Something lit up the sky near the falls a moment ago. I have a bad feeling about this.
Shut your face, Grandma. Okay, next shop type thing is an inn. You can go in here to sleep. I think you could probably buy items from this dude as well.
GP. Stay the night?
No! This is where you can save your game. You can save your game at inns, so you may as well do that. And if you rest, there's 3 beds here for the three heroes. You regen all of your health and mana and stuff. It's basically like you just fully heal, you're ready to go, regen everything. But some inns you can also purchase goods, so they act as both of those shops together. And then there's just random houses. So like this is just a random house where we can talk to people.
I think that guy is a knight. What's he doing in a little village like ours?
Man says nothing.
Oh, it's you. Elliot just stopped by, but he didn't look too good. What happened?
Elliot was one of the 2 friends that was up on the log with us at the very start.
There's an unfamiliar face in here. He looks kind of scary. I don't know.
Okay, so this is Elliot and Timothy from memory.
You're all right. Elliot just told me what happened.
Elliot.
I thought you were a goner.
That's why I told you not to bring someone like him along.
Oh my god, guys.
You idiots.
Timothy's a bitch.
None of you were supposed to wander into that area. What's that you have there? Oh no, it couldn't be.
Cool. Did you find the treasure?
Yeah, it's a giant dildo. You want some?
Wake up!
What have you done? That's the mana sword. There's no way you could have pulled it free.
The mana dildo.
Mana sword? But legend says the village will be destroyed if it's removed.
Well, too bad for you.
I never thought it'd come to this. The mana sword is said to protect the village from disaster. But now...
Aha! So you're the reason all those monsters are attacking us.
That's right, bitch. Punch me.
You yanked out the sword and doomed the whole village. It's your fault, you outsider.
Oh.
Hey, stop! Shut up. It's all your fault.
Fat bully. This little kid's got the fucking sweet ass hat, man.
An earthquake.
There's man that's just come out of that like bar, I guess. Oh yeah, this is our first volley into like a boss battle.
I'm a monster. You have a sword. Why don't you use it?
Can you
And-
hear me? Calm down and study the enemy's movements to look for an opening.
I'm gonna do it. The boss theme from the original is like one of the best themes of the whole thing, so we'll quickly have a listen to that. It gets like mad kick drum in a sec. This bit. It's so good. And we'll go back to the remake. Okay, so this is basically teaching you to do the whole 100% thing I've already talked about. So if we hit him for 100%, he's cast Gem Missile on us because he's a jerk. And he can cast magic. And also Acid Breath. So if we go in 100%, we're gonna hit for 19. If we just spam, we're gonna do like no damage. We're unconscious because we got knocked the fuck over by a giant mantis. And somehow being unconscious has made us also a ninja that can dodge everything. So we'll just keep smacking this guy. In the original, when you did your 100% attack, you can hear the little, when you go back to 100%, you can hear the little tink noise. Your character also like had a little bit of a glow to it, like just a flashing glow that let you know when you're 100%. This doesn't have that, which is a bit irritating, but it's fine.
Clear your mind. Wait for your power to return to 100%. Then be sure your aim is true.
Okay, so we died, and then you saw the little Grim Reaper come and take our soul or whatever. We've got a free revive here. This is what a Cup of Wishes does. It gives you that revive, and now we're back at it. So it's just, this is like a tutorial boss. He's dead now. Teaching you how to do the 100% thing, and you get a free res out of it. I don't know if you can actually finish that without dying. I think you have to die for it to be like tutorial-y type thing. I'm not sure. I've never done it without dying, so I'm not sure. Either way, that's the only free death you ever get in the whole game. And we got a Swords Orb.
You did well.
We
Wait
did.
there. I'll pull you up.
Okay, it's a giant ass hole. I don't know. You like freaking Gumby or something, and you can just stretch down and. Okay, Elliot, piece of shit. Whoa, he did the dash for cash. He bolted, man. That was quick.
You seem to be in possession of the real mana sword. This is troubling.
He's fabulous.
Why is that?
Look at his beard, man.
Legend says the sword can only be retrieved by a knight when the world is in peril.
It's like silvery
You
purple
are far
hair.
too
Awesome.
young for such a responsibility. Something must be wrong with the mana sword.
Mana dildo.
Here, you take it.
No, I cannot. The sword has lost its power. It must be
I don't want your crappy sword.
Only the one who pulled it free can do that.
Then, what should I do?
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace. The sage has protected these lands for over 200 years. You would do well to listen to her advice.
Hey! The Elder wants you to come to his house.
I'll be off. I have duties to attend. My name is Gemma, and I'll be waiting for you at the Water Palace.
Oh yeah, we've met Gemma. Gemma's cool. And this is like the victory music. So we'll have a quick listen to that. And then go back. So we want to go and talk to the village elder, which we know is in here. So let's not dilly-daddle. Let's get in here.
Elder, we can't ignore this.
Oh my god! All these guys are freaking sassy bitches.
We're at our wit's end. Who knows when another monster will appear?
Oh, it's you. You've really done it this time. That sword has protected us for years.
By sitting in a piece of rock.
Once you removed it, the monsters started attacking the village.
It's settled. We can't let him stay in the village anymore. He'll just bring more monsters.
She sounds like a witch.
Go!
Get out of here.
Yeah, leave here now.
Whoa! Calm down.
I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I banish you from this village.
Uh-oh.
There's a treasure chest downstairs. Take the contents and be on your way.
Okay. This is like the sad music. Obviously, because it's sad. Treasure chest. 50 gold.
Are you going somewhere? See you later.
See you, toots. We can't just take the new armor that's just sitting here? Apparently not. Off we go. Well, actually,
I took you in as a child, but there's nothing more I can do for you. Forgive me. You wouldn't remember. You were just a baby. But I was there when your mother first came to this village. After she disappeared, I did my best to raise you. But today is the day we must part ways. I hope that you find your mother again someday. Goodbye.
fuck off. So a little bit of backstory to the William character there. All right, so there's nothing really else to do in here. All of the people that were once about the place, looking at and talking to you and stuff, have all gone into their houses and they don't want any part of you. So, oh, this run is fucking fantastic. Let's leave.
Do you have everything you need?
Yes.
By order of the Elder, you have been banished from Poto's village. Now be gone.
Alright, well, screw you too, buddy. Now, we start the adventure, properly. And get our ass handed to us by a rabbit off the bat. And he's dead. Okay, so there are these signposting, you can interact with them. Cannon Travel Center. Let's go have a chat with them. I can introduce you to that mechanic. They look awesome. So, Cannon Travel Center, it sounds exactly what it sounds like. It's you travel via cannon.
Hi, we, the Cannon Travel Brothers, are building a global network. Going to the Water Palace? Gemma's already left. It only takes one blast to get there by cannon, and Gemma's paid your way. Hop in.
No.
You sure? Well, okay. If you want to walk to the Water Palace, head west.
So we could have taken the free cannon trip, but we'll fight our way there and earn some XP and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, they are your like fast travel option, at least at this point in the game. They are. Rabbit takes a critical hit. Okay, is this what I think it is? It is. Okay, these are plants. They're called like lullabuds or something. And in the original, they looked very close to like other plants, like these, but they were pink. Oops, that's a miss. And a lot of the time, you would run past and not realize it was them, and they'd come out, kind of like a a stealthy blending in option. But in this game, they stick out like shit. So we're never gonna fall for them, I guess. This is called. This guy's called a mushroom, and he can paralyze you with that spore attack, I guess. Mushroom takes a critical hit. They also spin around on their head like a spinning top. So there you go. There's a good example of a chest being something bad, being a bomb. So yeah, here, like for instance, is the lullabud, but it just looked like a flower, and the amount of times I walked through here and got hit by it was a lot. But yeah, they're super obvious. Hooray! Level 3. Now, did we get to level 1 with the sword and I didn't notice? We did. Okay. So I didn't notice that we leveled up to level 1 with the sword. What that means is we can do our auto attacks, well, and normal attacks 100% type thing. But if we hold down the attack button, once it resets to 100%, you start charging. That's level 1 charge. There are multiple charges depending on your proficiency with weapons, and when you're charging, you do this little move, I guess. You move slower than normal, but you do a stronger attack. So level 1 charge is that. Obviously, the higher level you go, the longer it takes to charge and all the rest of it, but when you land that hit, it does more damage. This is Nico. Neko means cat in Japan. Well, in Japanese, I should say. And you can see here that he is go back out here. an inn and a store. And Neko is everywhere. We'll see a lot of him.
Welcome to Neko's. Do you need anything?
And there's a lot of cat puns as well. So here we can buy, like I said, it's a shop and an inn, so we can buy whatever we want. And we can also sleep if we want.
You're interested.
But he is...
Perfectly priced items available.
He's overpriced. Everything he sells is double the price of everywhere else. So you really only shop with Neko if you need to. But he does have some stuff which we didn't have access to before, like a wristband, a hair ribbon we can't use yet, the rabbit cap we can't use, fairy walnut, so that will come into play later. We won't really go into that just yet. Royal Gem is another healing item, as is chocolate. So he's got some stuff that we didn't have access to before.
Anything else? Be seeing you.
Yes, be seeing Mew too. But we don't actually need any of it right now. But thought I may as well showcase that. So I'll do this charge up attack and we'll have a look at what that hits like. 30 damage. So we'll do another one on this guy.
Keep it coming.
22. What do we hit for normally? Nothing, apparently. And missed again. Depending on the swipe of the sword, whether it's a stab or a swipe or whatever, you can miss sometimes. Another 4 gold. Okay. Another character introduction.
Pandora has sent us to fight Elene, the witch who lives in the haunted forest. Pandora has sent us to fight...
Okay, he just repeats himself. And then we have these 4 soldiers.
That's our leader, Major Dyla. He's young, but no one doubts his skill. He knows how dangerous this mission is, but I've never seen the Major waver.
Okay, so this is dialogue.
Major Dyla, sir. All set.
Understood. Stay focused, men. Let's move out.
And they went through this little, like, teleportal thingy here. So if we go through here, to follow them, fuck you. We come to this new area, which we'll come to later, but we can't get across this gap. So this is a shortcut, but not available to us just quite yet. Quite just yet, I should say. There's my 1 sneeze per video. Okay, so this is the water palace. Can't get through here. Obviously, going up there is where we want to go. But there is also this area at the side here. But there's not really much here to do. So we'll head in and we'll have a chat to Luca.
Let's go.
Follow Gemma in. So in the original, I was saying that the run thing, you couldn't run wherever you wanted, like you can in here. This, you would use the run here, just because it's a straight line. But you very, very, very rarely used it. Okay, you click stand on this. Crates. These stairs.
Uh-oh, where's Luca? I guess I'll ask that girl over there. Hey, where do I find Luca?
Mind your manners.
Jeez, William. Jeez.
It's nice to see you again, Sage Luca.
You're very welcome.
Aw, she sounds nice.
Wait, you mean this little girl is 200 years old?
Okay, so now we have access to the water temple. Taking a look, there is like a jail kind of cell thing down here. And that's about it. There's not much to the old water temple, as it turns out. But we're here to talk to Luca, so let's do just that. I don't think there's anything over this side. No, there is not.
Luca, monsters have started invading villages. This young boy just fought one himself.
Sure did.
You underestimate my intelligence. World news flows into this palace with the water's own currents.
Jeez, Gemma.
Mana grows ever weaker. That could explain how this child was able to take the sword from its place of rest. His actions caused the balance of mana in this area to shift. Beasts are now rampaging across the land again. Evil in the world is working to seal away the power of the mana sword forever. By defeating monsters and obtaining their orbs, you can reforge and restore the sword's mana power.
Well, we did get a sword's orb.
It looks like your sword regained some power from vanquishing the mantis ant. There are more hidden orbs with the mana power to revive the sword. You must find them.
I'm on it.
Gemma, I want you to keep an eye on the Empire. It seeks the Mana Fortress's power.
Fortress? Like the one that destroys the world in that fairy tale?
This is no fairy tale. We're talking about the real Mana Fortress, and the Empire that wants its power.
The Empire will try to break the seals on the Mana Seeds in each palace. I've already caught some Empire spies snooping around my own palace.
There are strange reports coming in from Pandora. Could the Empire be involved?
I do not know. Gemma, you should request an audience with the king and tell him to be wary of the Empire.
You should be wary of the Empire anyway.
Understood. I'll leave now. Head for the cave in Gaia's navel. There's a dwarf blacksmith that lives in the area. Dwarves are known for their weapon-making skills. You should see if they can reforge the sword. As the sword becomes more powerful, your skills will improve, and you'll learn more abilities.
Off you go. Sounds like he shotgunned someone.
What frightens you so?
The sword.
You wield the legendary Mana Sword, but its power has faded. Now it's hardly better than a normal weapon.
Oh, it's still better than a normal weapon, so fuck you.
It used the last of its power to choose a new master.
Why me?
But why did it pick me?
I don't have that answer, but you drew the sword, and now it's your responsibility to restore its power.
I got this.
So where do I fit in?
You must become a hero who is worthy of the sword.
Okay.
Come, hold the sword up to the seed on the altar.
Even with voice acting, they still just decide to put the nod in. Well, we nodded a shitload of times at people in XCOM, so it's only fitting that we nod people here too. Okay, so somehow holding your sword up to a giant floating seed restores its power. So that's cool. I mean, if only real life was like that, right? You just went up to a giant floating seed.
What happened?
And went, help. And the giant floating seed's just like, yeah, you're better now.
The seed and the sword have now synchronized with each other. Now, no matter where you are in the world, this Mana Seed can grant power to your Mana Sword.
Oh yeah.
You found one of the 8 palaces. Now you must visit the others and obtain the powers of their seeds.
We're gonna spread that seed.
I worry about you out in the world with only a rusted sword. Take this spear I imbued with holy water.
Shit, yeah.
Use it along with the Mana Sword, and it too will regain its true power. I'll heal you. Would you like to save the game?
Yes.
First, take Gemma's advice and head to Gaia's navel. There you can find the underground palace. To reach Gaia's navel, head south through the kingdom of Pandora.
Pandora. Alright.
I'll heal you. Would you like to save the game?
No.
First.
Alright, so she's just repeating herself. Let's go touch the seed again. Yeah. Okay. So, we gotta go south. Now, the weapons, we just got a, actually the water looks kind of nice, doesn't it? We just got a spear. We know that we have level 1 charged attack thingy learned with the sword, so we can swap out to the spear and start getting our weapon proficiency up with that as well. So there are multiple weapons in the game. You don't have to swap, you can stick with the sword the whole time if you want. It's up to you. But if we go to, there is an option, let's find out if I can find it. Rusty sword and spear. Okay, so at the moment, later on, they do have differences and they do have like different abilities and stuff. At the moment, it's just a rusty sword and a spear. So actually, we should go through this menu. Actually, we'll do that at the start of the next episode because it's already at 40 minutes. But this is probably a good place to leave it, actually. So we've just seen Luca at the Water Temple. We're on our way to Gaia's Navel to go see a dwarf blacksmith. And that's where we'll leave it. So there is episode 1 of Secret of Mana Remake, HD Remake thingy. I'm super excited to play this. It's not a super long game. I would say we're looking at maybe 30 to 35 episodes, maybe less, but around there. So it's not huge, but it's awesome. So if you've never played Secret of Mana before, and you don't particularly have the time to or anything, and you want to join me, fantastic. If you have, and you're looking for a nostalgia trip, fantastic. But if you do want to play the original at least, you can get it on Super Nintendo if you have Super Nintendo. You can also get it on your mobile. It's on the Apple Store. I'm pretty sure it's on Android as well. And it's also on the SNES Classic. So if you were ever thinking about picking up the SNES Classic, it's on there. So there's multiple places you can get it. But I'm pretty sure that Xbox One, PS4, I don't know if the Switch has it, maybe? And PC has this remake version. But the original is the tits, man. So you can't go wrong. But hopefully you join me for the journey. It's a freaking awesome game. And I look forward to sharing it with you all. But that is episode 1. So we'll leave it here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.